Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're making 3 really cute crafts with our kids. So for this first craft, I'm going to let the kids use dot markers to decorate some paper. I like to use one of these vinyl tablecloths. They always are coming out with festive holiday ones, but I think I've had this one for over 10 years. And I always put it on the table so that we keep it protected. You can wipe it off. Almost all kids' paint comes off of it, but then you can just relax and let them have at it. I didn't realize how great of an investment these dot markers are, but they require no prep and barely any cleanup. The only thing I find is they're a little hard to get off the kids' hands, but they're so easy for them to use that even my not quite 2-year-old can do it with us, and that is a huge mom win. So now that the kids are done decorating their paper, and I just let them decorate as many as they wanted until they said they were done, we are going to let them dry, and then later this evening I'm cutting them into strips. You definitely could let your kids use scissors and cut these out themselves, but we need quite a few strips. So here I am just showing the kids how we're gonna make the loops. I used like dot stickers, like dot glue things. I think they were honestly from a balloon arch, but you can just buy glue dots or use a stapler, anything to connect them. And then this is a countdown chain. You could do it for a countdown to New Year's, a countdown to Christmas, a countdown to Grandma and Grandpa coming to visit. You know, whatever you would like, and then you just make that amount of loops. Now, this is going to be an air dry clay, and we're going to use it to make little snowflake ornaments. Originally, when we started this project, I was thinking about making a garland for my fireplace. It soon turned into a lot more snowflakes, and you'll see as we get into it, but I'll explain what we end up doing with them. So after ages, I finally got all the cookie cutters ready. I did end up keeping these little silver twist ties, and that was phenomenal for hanging them on the tree. Alright, so now let's make this clay. We're going to use 2 cups of baking soda and 1 cup of cornstarch. Then we'll do 1 1/4 cup of water. I did decide to mix the baking soda and cornstarch first before adding the water, and that was a lot easier. I made this in a couple batches, and by far this worked the best. Now you'll just want to continue mixing this while heating it on like medium-low heat. And you're going to keep going until it reaches a mashed potato consistency. So once it gets to that mashed potato thickness, you are going to turn off your heat, cover it, and let it cool for 15 minutes. And you guys, this is so important. Use this time to get a cookie sheet covered with baking soda. Do not use cornstarch. I tried it. It was awful. The little shapes stuck to my tray. And make sure you wait that 15 minutes. I know your kids are going to be impatient and they're going to want to do it, but it is so important for the final result. So I did separate trays for each of my kids and myself. That way we could all have our own workstation and do as we please with our shapes and our dough, and that worked out really well. I also decided to add glitter to these, so I did that in the rolling out process and it helped it stick really well. I did try adding glitter into the dough, and I feel like that made the dough crumbly and not want to hold the shapes well. So make sure you just put it on the top side and then roll these out 1/4 inch thick. I had a few that we left 1/2 inch thick, and that made the ornaments that did survive really heavy, but most of them broke and took like 4 days before they were even dry. So I've seen some people wrap thin wire around these to create kind of a garland, or you can do like we did and make them into more of an ornament using a ribbon, and then you'll use a straw to punch a little hole in the top before the drying process begins. And then afterwards, your kids can play with all the remaining discarded clay. Honestly, you could just make this as a clay for them to play with too. Then I let them dry on trays overnight, flipping them the next morning. And like I was saying, some of these were really thick, and I ended up having to wait to flip them more than 12 hours because they were just too fragile, and then they took a couple days and multiple flips to get fully dry. So that 1/4 inch thickness is ideal for the best result. The last step to making these ornaments is to add some string or ribbon, just a way to hang them on your tree. I found this cute one at Target in their gift wrapping section and just cut them about 6 inches, tied them in a loop, and then threaded them through. You could do it however you like with any ribbon, and then they are ready to go on the tree. And they are surprisingly hard and sturdy once they are finally dry. It just takes a bit to get them there. One plate for Acme, one for Onder. So the last idea I'm going to be sharing with you today are these beaded snowflakes. You also could make them into little wreaths. So we are going to make special snowflakes today. And to make a snowflake, they're all different, okay? God made them, every snowflake different, just like you and me. So I am going to cut this so that we have 6. Should have got a wire cutter, but this is right. So we'll need, 3 each. Okay, we're gonna take 1 stick, put it here. Okay, and then we're gonna kind of cross, loop it around. This, we'll make another one. And then we'll loop one the other way.
Like this, Mom?
One loop on each should be just perfect to make a really nice, snowflake. Okay, and then we're gonna pick our colored beads. Ackley, do you want to do, what color do you want? Green? Okay. Great job folding that. So then you fold it like this, and one more time. Okay, and then we need one more side because that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna do 6 sides.
That makes a snowflake.
And that's gonna make a snowflake, okay?
So how do we do it?
Like this.
Is that one?
And look at, now we have 6 sides. So now you can start putting your beads. Start on one side. So I just had the kids put about 6 beads on each stem, and then I helped them using like a star bead at the end and then folding the pipe cleaner back into it. and it was kind of difficult on some of them, especially when I used the glittery pipe cleaners. And for those, we ended up skipping the star bead and just bending the end back over, which made it way faster and a lot easier on my fingers. So you guys just figure out what works best for you and the way you want your snowflakes to look in the end. Thanks again for watching, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, give this a like, and we'll see you in the next one.